Judith Egbe to now be looking at the essential tools needed to kickstart your skincare or haircare business. If you're thinking of starting a skincare or haircare business, there are some basic tools you can do without. The first essential tool you need is a measuring scale. You can't be a good formulator without having a scale that measures in gram. You need a precision scale, a scale that measures a 0.1 gram or 0.01 gram. Those are the two scales you need to kickstart your business, because as you're just starting, you'll be measuring things like essential oils in smaller quantities, and you cannot use something that does not measure in decimal. So you need a scale that measures in decimal for you to be able to get accurate results when you're just kickstarting your business. Having a scale as a beginner is a must if you want to formulate safe, effective, and stable product, because the scale helps your product to be accurate. You don't have to measure in ounces, you don't have to measure in volumes, you don't have to use cup. But if you don't have a scale, getting an accurate measurement for your product will be difficult, because some products comes in solid form while some are in liquid. So if you're measuring in volume and some comes in solid form like butters, I don't know how you'll be able to get accurate result without a scale. So that is where the scale comes in. The scale is the basic essential need for every formulator. The next thing that you'll be needing after getting a scale, you need a beaker. You can get 500 ml, 50 ml, 250 ml. I think this is 1000 ml, because if you're formulating in small batches, they make your formulation a lot easier for you. Use them for double boiler. You can use them even for your emulsions. Another essential tool is the hand whisk. If you're just starting your formulation, you might not be able to get electric whisk. You might not be able to get emulsion blender for your emulsions. You need a hand whisk. A hand whisk will help you to mix your butters, will help you to mix even your emulsions. When you're formulating something like 100 gram or 250 gram, you can use a hand whisk. Another essential tool you will be needing is a glass stirring rod. When you're mixing something like a hair growth oil, facial oils in small batches, you need a stirring rod to stir everything together. You can get a glass stirring rod or the stainless stirring rod. This is a glass stirring rod. I don't have the stainless here. Then another thing that will help, especially when you're formulating butters, your emulsions, you need a spatula. Another thing that you'll be needing is a thermometer. You need a thermometer to check the temperature of your product, especially if you're formulating for sale. I will advise you get a thermometer. We have different types of thermometer. We have I started with this one. I still use it once in a while when I'm doing just a small batch, maybe for myself or my kids. I started with this. You can get something like this and kickstart with this. When you start formulating bigger batches, you can go for the infrared thermometer. These are essentials that you need, especially if you're formulating hydrous product that have water in them. You need to check the temperature before you add some active. You need to check the temperature before you add your essential oils, your preservative, because some preservative are deactivated at a certain temperature. Even when I'm formulating butters, I use thermometer as well so that I can add my plant oils and all that. But for butters, for anhydrous product, you might not really need a thermometer. If that one is optional. But if you're formulating something that has water in it, you're formulating hydrous product, a thermometer is a must. Another essential tool you'll be needing is a pH meter. You can't do without pH meter when you're formulating hydrous product, because you need to check the potential hydrogen in your formulation. pH has to correlate with your active and your preservative. Some preservative are also deactivated at certain pH, just like temperature. Even some active does not function at certain pH. So you need to check the pH of your product when there's water in your formulation. It's a must. It's not negotiable. And if you want to do for commercial purpose, I will advise you try and get a pH meter, because the strip most times are not too accurate. I started off with a strip because I was formulating for domestic purpose, for just friends and family. But when I wanted to kickstart and get a pH meter, because it's very, very essential. It's not something that you can do without. You need to be sure that your products are safe before bringing it out to the market. If you're formulating for personal use, for family and friends, you can kickstart with a strip. Something like this is okay for a beginner. Another essential tool is your pipette. You need a pipette to pick smaller portions. If you're formulating in small portions, When you're picking something like vitamin E, something like essential oils, it will help you not to contaminate the product that you're picking from. You need to get them in large numbers because people, is not something you can wash very well. Most times it's difficult washing it and making sure it's clean. So anyone that does not go off, especially something like vitamin E, only goes off pipette. It doesn't go off, it's just to discard and use a new one. If you're thinking of making your product for sale, you need to try and get something like this, an electric hand wicks, a way to make your work easier. So when you're formulating large batches, you need to transition from the hand wicks to an electric wicks for ease of formulation. So you need to try and get one if you want to sell your butters. The immersion blender is another essential tool if you want to formulate emulsions. You want to formulate something like lotion, conditioners. You cannot do without immersion blender. You need to help in your emulsification process. That is mixing the oil and the water together. You know, ordinarily oil and water are immiscible solvents. They not mix together. So you need something that binds them together. When you add a binder and emulsifier that emulsify them, then you need something to blend them together, to come together after adding your emulsifier. Because if you don't blend them together, they will not mix. Definitely they will separate. Since we have different types in the market, so kickstart with your emotions. Essential to you will need are bowls. You need bowls for your formulation because by the time you start formulating for commercial purpose, the beaker become too small for that. The beaker cannot take that quantity. So I'm formulating the large batches, you need a bowl. The 3-in-1 mixing bowl, they come together like this. Then we have bigger ones for larger batches. So you can start off with a bowl. You can use it also for your lotions, for your conditioners, for anything, emulsion, butters. You can use them for oils when you're formulating your oils, your facial oils, and they're much. Instead of using the beaker and lining them up, this take the stress off you because they are just there for the size that you need. You go to the market, you get the accurate size that you need. Another thing is stock pots. The good thing about stock pot is you can cover it when you are not ready to package your formulation yet. After formulating, you're not yet ready, maybe you don't have the time to start packaging. They are safe. You can cover them. And even the stainless bowl, there are some that has cover. So I guess you should go for that one, the one that comes with cover. So that when your products are cold and you don't have the time to package it, you can cover them and come back for them later. These are not so essential for the beginners. Some of this, all these ones I'm talking is when you want to start commercializing it. Another essential tool that you need is heat. There's only a few products that really do not need heat in our formulation. So when you're formulating butter, you need heat. When you're formulating emulsions, you need something heat. So have a water bath. You can start off with a double boiler. There's a cooker that is for formulation, very good for emulsions. When you're formulating emulsion, instead of using a water bath, especially when you're using bowls, instead of using a water bath, that cooker is very nice. Once you have that, you just put in your bowl and you are good to go. And let me quickly talk about Petri dish. I don't have a Petri dish. I decided to get a small glass bowl like this. So these glass bowls will make your work easier. Like you want to hydrate your glycerin with xanthan gum or this, you can easily use this to mix. You need small containers like this or Petri dish where you can measure out your essential oil, vitamin E. I am the type that when I want to formulate, I like pre-measuring all my ingredients so that when I start, I will know that I've started. I don't need to start measuring over and over again. So if you're like me, definitely you need small bowls or Petri dish to measure and keep your things. This last trend that I want to say is not a necessity per se, but it will help your brand. If you want to start selling, I would suggest you should try and get heat gum to seal your product. I remember when I just started, I didn't have heat gum, and there was a time I sent a product from Lagos to Delta State. My product spilled, I have to resend to the customer. I have to pay for the baby, everything. You know, it's the first time customer. I don't want to get a bad name where the person was. So by the time you get a heat gum, it will go a long way to help your brand. It will make sure your products are sealed. They will not, you're not experience any spillage when you are sending them. So this one is, will I say it's optional, but it's kind of necessary if you intend shipping your product out of your state. But if you don't have money for his gum and you want to ship, I think I've seen people using clean film. I've seen people using clean film to seal, though I've not done it before. I don't know how effective it is. You can also try that one when you want to ship far places so that it doesn't spill, especially when you're shipping something like this. These are things that need heat gum so that there's no spillage on the way. So before I go, I don't want to scare you. If you're just starting out and you want to start with butter, these are the 5 essential tools. All the others are important, but they are becoming when you start formulating hydros product. You need a scale. You need a mixing bowl, a spatula, a hand weight. If you are formulating just for yourself and your family and want to start selling your butters, I would advise you to try and get an electric whisk. So these are the 5 essentials that you need to kickstart. And the last thing that you need a heat process, either a double boiler or a water bath. Heat your butters during formulation. So if you have these 5 basic equipment, you can kickstart your butter business. Thanks for watching my channel. My name is Judith Egbe Tips. This channel is all about formulation tip, hair care. If that is what you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, to like and to share and leave your comment.